The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Socrates. In the journey of life, people often get trapped in the habit of turning back to gaze at the collapsed ruins, clenching their fists to resist, as if the more they fight back, the more the past will relent. But in truth, the more they resist, the tighter they bind themselves to the very thing they wish to escape. If you try to block the flowing water with bare hands, you only exhaust yourself and get swept away. But if you quietly carve a new channel, the water will naturally seek its path. Change, therefore, is not a noisy battle, but a silent construction where energy is transformed from anger to creativity, from regret to building. When we pour our minds into sowing seeds for the future, the old naturally withers like a falling leaf at the end of the season without needing a word of condemnation. Let go of the burden of judgment. Stop hurting yourself by chewing over failures, and instead embrace the joy of a builder laying each brick for a new home. And when we choose to build, even the smallest days become meaningful. For every thought, every action is directed toward the emerging light, making change no longer frightening but a gentle, hopeful invitation. Success seems to be connected with action. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. Conrad Hilton, a traveler on a long road covered in gravel, each step can lead to a stumble, each fall leaves a scratch, but it is the act of getting up and continuing that creates the distance between those who reach the destination and those who stop. Success here is not a static state to admire, but a continuous flow of action, of try, fail, learn, try again. Successful people are not those who never err, but those who see mistakes as milestones guiding the way, vivid lessons etched into experience. They understand that if you stand still out of fear, the path won't open itself. Only when your feet keep moving do opportunities appear in time. Escape the illusion of perfection, allowing yourself to accept stumbles as a natural part of the growth process. Like an arrow that must be pulled back to launch forward, each failure quietly accumulates the thrust for the next leap. And it is that persistence, the choice not to quit amid fatigue and doubt, that weaves success, not noisy, not magical, but solid and enduring, enough to make the traveler smile contentedly when looking back on the journey past. Business opportunities are like buses. There's always another one coming. Richard Branson, a bustling bus stop, where buses come and go in their own rhythm, regardless of the impatience or regret of those waiting. In business, too, people often panic when missing an opportunity, blaming themselves for being slow, even doubting their own abilities, as if the door that just closed is the last one in their life. The flow of the market, of demands and innovations, never stops. Opportunities are not a rare item that appears only once, but buses following one after another, carrying different destinations. What's important is not jumping on the first bus out of fear of being left behind, but understanding where you want to go, whether you're ready, and which bus truly fits. When you stand calmly at the stop, observing, learning, and preparing, the next bus might be even better than the one that just left. It helps us escape the scarcity mindset, stop being haunted by what-ifs, and instead foster faith in our own ability to choose and be patient. In that perspective, business is no longer a breathless race, but a long journey, where each opportunity, arriving at the right time, is worth cherishing, and each missed bus is just a pause to breathe, adjust direction, and wait for the next one rolling in. Every problem is a gift. Without problems, we wouldn't grow. Anthony Robbins. The bumps in life, where difficulties are no longer enemies, but silent teachers. Humans are like a tree. If it only lives in warm sun and gentle breeze, its roots will be shallow and its trunk weak. It is the storms, the dry spells that force the roots to dig deeper into the soil, making the tree stand firm and grow. Problems, therefore, are not merely obstacles that tire or hurt us, but gifts, wrapped in the rough paper of challenges, requiring patience and courage to unwrap. When facing difficulties, people are forced to think differently, act differently, and it is in that process that hidden potentials gradually reveal themselves. If life were absolutely smooth, we would never learn to stand up after falling, never know how strong we are, nor understand the value of empathy and tolerance. Not denying the pain of problems, but giving that pain a meaning, turning it into fuel for growth. Like a pearl formed only under great pressure, humans are honed through life's collisions. When we learn to accept problems as gifts, even if they don't seem beautiful at first, we will complain less, fear less, and trust more in our own journey. And then, looking back, we realize that the things that once caused us the most suffering are the strongest supports, helping us grow, become deeper, and calmly continue on the path of life. You only need to do a few things right in your life, so long as you don't do too many things wrong. Warren Buffett. Life is not an inventory of achievements to count up to 100 right things, but a long journey where a few key choices can become the anchors holding the ship of fate amid swirling waters. Doing a few things right, choosing to live decently, keeping an important promise, daring to love, daring to take responsibility sometimes is enough for the light to spread, compensating for so many unfinished matters, so long as you don't do too many things wrong. Mistakes are unavoidable for anyone. They are like small scratches on a lens, distorting the image but also showing that it has been used, has collided with life. What's frightening is not one scratch, but letting the lens crack by repeating old errors, by the habit of turning away from lessons. Here, wisdom lies in restraint, knowing when to stop, to fix, to place a hand on your chest to ask what truly matters. Not demanding perfection, not forcing you to be a hero in every moment. On the contrary, it allows you to breathe, allows you to be an ordinary person with slow steps. Just keep the inner compass from veering too far off course. Don't betray core values. Don't hurt others carelessly. Then the path, though winding, still leads to a meaningful place. Like a golden lamp in a rainy night, not dazzling, but warm enough to let you step forward with peace of mind. It reminds us that life doesn't need too many victories. Sometimes just a few timely right decisions, along with the alertness to avoid unnecessary mistakes, is enough to live a full, light, and smile-worthy life.
Best quotes of all time, where the greatest quotes on the planet become your superpower.